Hey guys, it's Layla Kalan and today I'll be doing the cerebellum, but it's quite a large topic, so I'll be making three videos just on the cerebellum. We'll start with the macroscopic view. We have two mnemonics. The first one's not really a mnemonic. We've got NAP, which in its own is a word, so you have to remember nap. And the second one is a bit of a weird one, but the macroscopic view of the cerebellum has a lot of terms, so it was a bit difficult to put them all together, but here's what I've got. So you've got little cheeky children drink 4 tanks of Pepsi. 4 tanks of Pepsi and until nauseous. Okay. Alright, so first a bit about the cerebellum. It's situated in the posterior cranial fossa and it is separated from the cerebrum, which is the occipital lobes of the cerebrum, by the tentorium cerebelli. Now we'll talk about the nap. So it's got 3 parts, the cerebellum. It's got the neo, the arche or archi, and the paleo. And they're all cerebellum. Now the neo is also known as the ponto cerebellum. So ponto. The archi is also known as the spino. And the archi is known as the vestibular, and the paleo is known as the spinocerebellum. Okay, in different books you can have different names, so if you do read pontocerebellum in one book, know that it's the neocerebellum. Now we need to draw out the cerebellum. You can draw it with me. So the cerebellum has 3 parts. So you've got 2 lateral hemispheres, which is separated by a middle region, which is called the vermis. So let's draw it. For example, that's our vermis. I'll write it in, no, it's fine. Vermis. And we've got 2 lateral hemispheres on both sides. Okay. I'm going to draw it like this. Okay. And the same thing is on the other side, but I'm going to use the space to write the names. Now, we've got 9 regions in the vermis. Yes. And we've got 8 regions in the lateral part. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, now here's where the little cheeky children come into play. We've got a few general things. So after the 5th one, so at this point, you've got the horizontal fissure. Above this point, you've got the superior surface, and below this point, you've got the inferior surface. Okay, in different books, you can see different explanations. So we've got, in one book, you can see that there's a horizontal fissure from this point. In other books, you can see that there's a primary fissure after the first 2, and there's a secondary fissure here and a posterolateral fissure. But if you just go with the horizontal fissure, the superior and the inferior surfaces, you should be okay. The last one, the part of the vermis and the lateral hemisphere, both of them constitute the floccular nodular, floccular because nodular because nauseous, and this is known as the flocculus. So you have the floccular nodular lobe. Okay, and This part is in some books known as the anterior lobe, just the first two, and the rest would be the posterior lobe. Now we'll move on to the names. So little, let's write the letters down. L, C, C, D. 4 goes as in 4. Got T, P, U, and N. Right, so L is lingular. C is the central lobule. C is the culmen. D is the declive. F is the folium. T, tuber. P, pyramid. U, uvula. And N, I told you, the nodule. Okay, now except for the lingula, the other parts of the vermis have their own parts in the hemisphere. I told you this one would be the flocculus. Okay, now the first one, the central lobule, would have just an ala. It's known as the ala of the central lobule. The culmen would be the anterior quadrangular lobule. Then the posterior quadrangular lobule. Then you've got the superior semilunar lobule. And if you have a superior, obviously you'll have an inferior semilunar lobule. But the tuber also has a small lobule again. It's known as the gristle lobe. Then you've got the biventral lobe and the tonsil. Yes, that is the macroscopic view of the cerebellum. So little cheeky children drink 4 tanks of Pepsi until nauseous. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos. Thank you.